Hello sunshine, this is Joy from Michigan in the US, and I'm going to do a double dip for you today. I think these are 10 by 20 canvases. Yes, 10 by 20. So I have two of them, so I'm going to put one on top of the other and then pull them off and see what we come up with. I'm hoping for a very floral look, so I've picked out some fun floral colors. I'm going to start with some white just on the edges, because I do want some negative space in this piece. Maybe not the bottom. All right. All right, I've got to think through which colors I want to put on first. I am using up the last of this, well, maybe not, I don't know, there's a lot of it here. This is that custom metallic green that I used in my last pour. So I'm going to attempt, well, I'm not even going to attempt to use it up. I'm going to put on as much as I think I need. And I kind of want, well, we'll see what we end up with. I'm going to follow Jilly's rule and not tell you what I'm thinking, because half the time I change my mind. Boy, my chevrons are looking silly today. I'm not going to worry about my edges because I can always go in and add more on my edges with a brush. This is coming out in much thicker lines than I was planning on, so it'll be interesting. Hope you all are doing well and keeping safe. I have officially made it to the weekend, which makes me happy. All right, I'm gonna throw some bright aqua green along with my other greens. I do want multiple shades of green here. Oh, grab my little skewer. Did you guys see that clump come out? Don't need any goobers in my painting tonight. Oh, my Lanta. Let's just take care of that. Oh, there's a huge goober there too. We'll just run those right off. Oh, goodness, guys. I hope that's not indicative of how the whole painting is gonna go. All right, back at it. This is easier with the squeeze bottles, but I don't have this color. This particular one is not in a squeeze bottle. And I can see it's gotten a little clumpy. And I almost dropped it. All right. Goodness gracious. Came fast again. All right, I really don't know that I need much more than that. A little bit right there. This corner is gonna be really interesting, guys. But I've been watching a lot of Jilly lately, even though I've seen all of her videos at least once. It just reminds me of where I started. So she was sort of the starting point for me. She was one of the first that I watched consistently. And I always find her to be encouraging as well as relaxing, and my days have been long and challenging lately, and I needed some encouragement. So in the words of Jilly, it's just paint. I'm not going to worry about it. No stress in my art room. All Jilly-isms. Okay. I really hope this turns out. It's looking kind of crazy to me right now, but hopefully it turns out lovely. All right, this is unlabeled bottle. Magenta, I believe. I'm just doing the chevron pattern like Jilly does. I'm doing some little, some big, you know, mix it up. So this will probably turn out nothing like what I was imagining in my mind. My art rarely turns out like I've imagined. I'm just hoping it turns out pretty. I'd be happy with pretty. All right, let's throw some violet in there. My white must be a little thick because my colors are kind of sinking into it. I've got a right good mess. Just kind of go with what you feel makes you happy. All right, that's looking pretty dark, so let's lighten this up. Let's see, let's add some, my goldenrod, cadmium medium yellow hue plus cadmium orange hue plus a little bit of purple, whatever purple I have on hand at the time. Putting a lot of this by the purple. I hope that doesn't go muddy. My goodness, I just feel like I'm making soup. All right, I'm gonna throw in a little crimson. I think I'm gonna be light-handed with this. Crimson I've found in my paintings tends to take over, and I don't want it to be all red. I just want some pops of red. Let's get some more color down at the bottom here. Just filling that in. Oh, almost knocked that over. All right, a little bit of orange, and then I'm done with the really bright portions, I think. We're just gonna add some metallics after that. And hopefully, this turns out absolutely gorgeous. This corner needs some help, so I'm just gonna see what we can do for it. All right, hopefully that'll look better when it's dipped. All right, I'm gonna add some gold. And this I think I'm just gonna do in like little drops. Well, I say little, I don't really mean little. You guys know what I mean. A little blob here and a little blob there, and hopefully we'll get something magical. I could use a little extra magic right now. All right, and rose gold. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. I'm really a little bit nervous about using this rose gold because it seems thick to me, but when I do my consistency test, it's fine. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out, but just want a little bit here and there. Just a little extra sheeny shininess, you know? I do tend to mix my metallics up a little bit thicker than my colors, and that might be what I'm seeing here. But it's also been in a cup, so I worry that that's the issue, that it looks thick, because it is, because it's been in a cup for a while. But I do love metallics. And I'm painting later in the day again, which means my lighting is not the best, so I apologize. Hopefully you can see okay. And there's a bare spot. Let's just fill that in with some lovely metallic. All right. I keep saying all right, and then I see a spot that's like, hey, I need some metallic over here. Give me some metallic. So we'll see. And I really have loved the look of the rose gold on the paintings that I've used it on so far. So definitely want to add some to this one. All right, guys, I think we are just about there. I'm going to add little swirls, what I hope is little swirls of white, just to brighten all of that fun color up a little bit. Give it some real interesting contrast, and hopefully it'll turn out beautiful. Boy, this looks like a real mess, doesn't it? Goodness sakes, I am going to add this corner. Let's just make that white, shall we? Now that I've made a right good mess, I'm sure there are people out there that would just keep it just like it is right there, and if that's what you like, if you get it on the canvas and you love it, then that's what you do, you leave it. But I'm looking for something different. So when you do a dip, it's really important that you think through. I didn't put any blue in there at all. I'm not gonna worry about it. I think it's got enough color. You gotta think through your orientation. So I do want these to be displayed vertically, not horizontally. So when I pull the canvases apart, I need to pull them this way. I hope that makes sense. Do I add blue? No, but I do have a bare spot over here that I'm just gonna pop some orange in. All right, guys. So that's the most tedious part, is just getting the paint on the canvas. Here goes nothing. Please be pretty. I just stuck my finger in it. All right. I'm gonna let that sit for just a minute. The nice thing when you're doing a dip with two canvases, it's kind of nice because you can flip them so that you make sure that they get paint on every surface. You don't want to push hard because you don't want the colors to muddy, but you do want the colors to share, if that makes sense. All right, so here comes the flip. Gotta work up my nerves, goodness. Okay. I didn't think to put feet on the other one. I should have, because now it's sitting in puddles of paint, but that's okay. I know a lot of artists prefer to have the backs of their paintings clean. I don't mind the messy look. It does not upset me in the least. I actually kind of enjoy it. It shows the process that I went through. These canvases are not quite exactly the same size, which is funny because they're the same brand. Both 10 by 20. Same style. Funny, funny. Oh, look what I just did. That's pretty. All right. Going to let that sit for just a second. Check and make sure you're still with me. You are, and you're still in frame. All is well. All right. Here goes nothing. So the hard part is getting them to not want to completely stick together. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, they're sticking. 1, 2, 3. Oh, goodness. Look at that. I can't believe that that didn't. Okay, so here's this one, which I don't love, so I'm just going to plop it right back. Look how much their paint didn't get to the middle of that. All right, let's try again. And hopefully, sometimes when you do a second dip on the dip, when you put it back in like I just did, oh, sometimes that does really bad things. So let's hope it doesn't. All right, guys. Oh, there's so much paint. Okay, that I'm happy with. I'm gonna set it down. This one has way too much paint on it, so I'm gonna try to run some of this off and see what we come up with. We are not gonna have 2 matching sets anymore, but maybe we'll have something really lovely. Okay. Just gonna get some cups. I should have thought that through. Okay. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys. So this did not go as planned, but my goodness, did I come up with some interesting looks that I really like. So I'm gonna have to be really careful because I've got one painting at my feet. And I will move that up here in just a minute. One at a time. So I'm just gonna touch up, because of the way this painting ended up going, I do want my edges painted right now while it's wet. I don't wanna have to come back and try to match the colors that are there. So I'm gonna try to get the colors to flow over the edge some. If it's not perfect, I'm not worried, but I do want nice color coverage here. So this edge down here, I'm just adding white to. Most of it fell off my knife, but that's or my stick. It's okay, I'll just go back. Oh my goodness, I'm having issues getting this edge over here. Okay, that's better. And I apologize, I hope you guys can't hear that. Maybe you can't. There's loud bangs in the background. We live not too far from a gun range, and so I can hear them at the gun range from my art studio. So if you're hearing like pops and bangs, that's what that is. Not much I can do to make that stop, but we're losing daylight quick, so they won't be there much longer. All right, I'm not gonna worry about all my edges while we're on camera. What I am gonna do is hit this with some heat, and then I'm gonna do just a little bit of doodling. I gotta move this other painting, guys. Oh goodness. It turned out really, really lovely. I really do like it, but it needs a little bit of tweaking. And I'm going to clean up the wet paint off the floor. If you've watched my videos before, you know how prone I am to end up in the paint, end up with paint all over me. Okay, so let's just heat it up. There's no silicone in any of these paints, so this is just popping air bubbles, which sometimes will create some cells. All right, the metallics will also sometimes create cells. So what I would like to do now is I'm just gonna kind of, I call it doodling. There's like a caterpillar here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't like that look, and here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up into the color above it, and then I'm going to pull through to break those up. And it gives it more of a feathery look rather than this ugly caterpillar. Oops. So I'm going to do that with all the little caterpillars I have and see if I can't create something else out of it. There's a little heart. I'm okay with that. Over here, what happened is my metallics kind of blobbed together. And when they do that, it just doesn't create the lovely effects that I'm used to with silicone. That's okay. You can always go in and tweak it. So this one I'm kind of pulling together almost like a little gold flower in the middle there. All right, not loving this, so let's just see what we can do with it. Sometimes it just needs tweaking. This here. And then up here, I love this right here. I love this corner, so fantastic. Up here though, this orange with the big bubble of white, let's see if we can just enhance that a little bit. I really don't like what I did there, so let's see if I can just, oh, look at that, I added some purple. I use my bigger end. And because the paint is thick enough and fluid enough, I can do this and it will eventually close back in on itself. So look at this little caterpillar here. Let's do something with that. Do a little bit of a thicker line there, using the flat end of my skewer to do that. Not sure how much we have there. I don't really like what I just did. Let's just see if we can't do something different. Oh, I just wiped paint on my face, guys. Okay. Not loving this, so I'm just going to take it off the edge. Sorry about my hands right in the middle there, guys. And then I will add some white over there. And that is the beautiful thing of this art form, as far as I'm concerned, is I can just keep playing with it. And I'm enjoying it. It's not frustrating, it's an enjoyable activity for me. So if it's frustrating you, I say move on, but that's just me. I do find art can be very challenging, and at times it gets frustrating, but if it's frustrating, and I've told my niece this several times, if it's frustrating every time you do it, you're doing something wrong. It shouldn't be frustrating all the time. So, all right. I'll set my skewer down, and guys, my alarm just went off and shut off my video. I wish I'd kept that together a little more. I really don't like what I did over here either, so I'm going to try to do like a little curly Q maybe. And I'm sure there are those of you out there saying, Joy, stop. right. Just about there, guys, just about. All right, that is it for this one. I'm going to touch up my edges, which will hopefully turn out lovely. And then I'm just going to show you this one. I've got a little tweaking to do. I'll probably do a little bit of balloon. It's dripping. Hold on. I don't want to drip on my other paintings. So I'll be right back with you. I will show you that one, and then I'll do close-ups tomorrow in better lighting. All right, guys. So here is the piece that turned out the way I really, really had hoped both of them would. But I got one, so I'm happy. So I'm just gonna do, there's just a couple spots. There's not much on this that I don't like, but there are a couple spots. One of them is right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little balloon kiss. A little better. All right, I think that's almost it on that one. So let me get a skewer. I do want to try to fix this little bit of orange right here. It's kind of bothering me. And now there's a little bit of green there. All right, let's do this. Just gonna pull up some white and cover that up and pull it upwards instead of down. Let's see if we can just add a few little, not too many, don't want to go crazy, but just some little accent lines coming out of what I'm considering to be my floral bouquet. Using the wrong end of my stick, that's why I'm not getting the effect I'm looking for. So you can just kind of help direct lines that aren't going the way you want. You can't do a ton, but you can do a little. And I just kind of like the accent that this gives. Just a little bit of something different. All right, I'm gonna hit this with heat one more time. Close up to the end of this and some photos. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. That means the world to me. I love each and every one of my subscribers. I love it when you comment and let me know what you thought I did right, wrong, somewhere in between. Feel free to hop on the comment section and let me know. What should I have done differently? What did I do that you would like to try? All of that stuff. All right, guys, stay safe, stay well. I will see you on the next one. Guys, here's close-up number one. I really, really love this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to add some little fine lines to add some embellishments to it once it's dry. I love that little fade out right there. Oh, so pretty. Love the red to yellow there. A little orange blossom with a stem. Very, very happy with this one. It's bright, it's uplifting. It's very floral, which is what I wanted. Look at that beautiful gold in there. I feel like most of the gold ended up on the other canvas, but. All right, guys, that's the first one. I'll be back with the other one. All right, here's painting number 2. So vibrant, and so very much to look at. I am absolutely loving these gold cells up here. These little tiny yellow or orange cells that came through. Just so much in there. And I apologize for the glare, but it'll give you at least kind of an idea. All right, guys, thanks so much.